Hello, collective. Happy 17th, Tuesday. Yeah, Most High. So, this is the candle for Jesus, the heart of Jesus. But there's a lot of people tonight that might be signing and dating their confessions, okay? As a form of repenting or whatever you want to call it. I'd like to call it rhapsody. It just gives it that higher. But Jesus, please let that stand to qualify or meet criteria for this new higher millennium that we're headed to. Amen. So yeah, thank you, Jesus. Um, this is crazy, but I had to get on here because of the energy being so weird. And if you have any alien blood in you at all, it's like you feel it, but nothing and all at the same time. And it's because the aliens they want you aware of it, but they don't want it to overtake you. Yeah. So that might be what some of you are feeling, but it's that super moon, and it's this morning. It was so beautiful, and it was out here, and I was like, just kind of looking at it, and the moon was like, I'm going as fast as I can, okay? Like, I know, thank you. But it was just like this pleading look that I gave the moon, like, because you sit in it until you can alchemize it, and it's heavy. It's really, really heavy. So the words for today from September 17th, Tuesday, there's this atmosphere of atonement. Exactly. So you get this atmosphere of atonement. Like, it's kind of this really heavy feeling. You were transported to transform. There's a downer for Tao devotees, like the Tao. Some kind of downer for the Tao. A postman ponders a poster, and rumors rush in before Sunday. Yeah, there's some kind of downer for the Tao devotees. And then this postman is pondering this poster, and then some kind of rumors rush in before Sunday. These are kind of long and lengthy, but there's a brother that might be rushing to a place of authority. I had State House come out of there. And then just this overstressed adventure that's in bereavement right now. Sirens. Yeah, they're in bereavement. And that's the thing. If it hadn't have been calculated, if this had just been like happenstance, but the bondage was calculated, your pain, it was calculated how to create that, the trickery calculated, chastisement calculated, rejection calculated, and that's why he made you stand apart. And thank you, all of the collective that were able to pull yourself and stand apart, because you did stand out. Because you stood out, then we knew how to take your lead, and yeah, be these leaders for the Most High. But ancestors, please be here for this reading. I love you. Thank you so much. And yeah, they're going as fast as they can, collective. I don't know what to tell you. And Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, please be here. I love you. So yeah, somebody's shaken. Somebody's shaken right now. I want to show you the chart, because what I love about tonight is Jupiter. Jupiter gets stung by a scorpion. Yeah, that's the Sabian symbol for 20 degrees Gemini was a bull that gets stung by a scorpion. So it's part of this karmic payment that everyone can see, that's expanding, and a lot of talk because it's Gemini. But the Sabian symbol where he's sitting tonight is, I just got bit, I just got stung. And it's this bull, okay? And Saturn has seen it. He's with this group of people, and this is just not comfortable, and not a very good thought or plan for any legacy to be seen getting stung out in the open like that. And then this religious group, they used an active participant from the legacy, and also got stung by a scorpion. Yeah, they got stung. Yeah, see, this is, so Saturn, that Sabian symbol right here in Pisces tonight, is betraying your sense of self. Like people that betrayed who they were to stand with their group. And what a tragedy. That's just a huge tragedy because if they would have had the gall, or I don't know, the fortitude to just pull themselves away and say, I don't know what you're doing, but I got to just do this. You know what I mean? And that's so hard, because these are people like, morning, noon, and night, and twilight they were with. And so when you pull yourself apart like that, not only is it uncomfortable for that individual, but it's painful for the group. And but that's what Saturn's Sabian symbol is hey, I aligned with a very malicious group, 11th house. This was a very malicious group. And because it was so calculated and malicious, they don't look any better than the individual. If a few of them had separated from it, kept away from it, isolated from it, then the Most High would have a better, So there's those two payments, and then some kind of grand trine. How you treat others counts. The sun is saying how you treat others counts. And it went up here to religiously transform this family. Okay. And it's a secret. It's in the 12th house tonight. So the family's kind of in the shadows. We're not sure what family. Okay. We're seeing individual people coming out in the news, but we haven't really seen a group yet. Or maybe it'll all just be 12th house stuff. We won't see any of it. I don't know. But you can feel it and you can hear it. So you're not that crazy. Yeah. Lots of sevens. Let me show you this. This is 6:52 on the clock. Lots of sevens over here. So like right in the middle is the September 17th. And it's the star card. And you didn't know. Maybe you didn't know your blood type, okay? You didn't know what kind of blood you had, but you knew your heart. So you just started following your heart, okay? And so that's for the 17th. And then over here is this 25 degrees. 2 + 5 is 7. Virgo. And it's the should've, could've, would've's. And it's really standing out in the sun. Now the crossing is a tower from this 26-degree Pisces moon. And it's something about criteria. Yeah, in my opening prayer, I mentioned criteria. So because a lot of people are signing and dating confessions, okay? Because they want their lives back, okay? And then so the tribe wants you to see this 7 medicine wheel too. So that's part of the middle there. And then you go up here and you see Mercury has 13 degrees Virgo. There's success seekers. These success seekers didn't stay in their lane. They kind of weaved in and out of the markings. And so I don't know, it was hard to drive with people like that, because they wouldn't stay in their lane. And Mercury wants to know, is that what it takes to be successful, is cause a bunch of wrecks on the highway? So, and then there's Jupiter over here. He's still in the Hangman, but see, he gets stung by that Scorpion tonight. So there's some kind of victory in that when he gets stung, okay? And we're going to go over that because that doesn't look like it feels too hot, but there's some kind of victory. Those are both fixed signs. So the bull that gets stung by the Scorpion for Jupiter is expanded tonight. And then Saturn has 15 degrees Pisces retrograde, and the best recipes are when they're originals. Like the good recipes, yeah. And then down here is your Venus and your Mars. Mars gets an Empress, I think because he might have been under oppression from an Empress, but it's 7 degrees again. Notice that all the chariots, this is a chariot, and Mercury has a chariot. That's the 7. That's the 7 too. So we got 7 in the middle. And then 7 over here. I mean, all kinds of 7s going on. And then down here, 7 degrees Cancer gets this Empress, who had to learn, Mars had to learn to stand before he could sit. And that's really hard when you have to stand apart, especially when you're being oppressed. How do you stand? How do you remove yourself when you. And then Venus has a tower, and the bridge kind of collapses for this tower here. She senses from this Pisces supermoon that something has collapsed. So then you got this Tower. Again, we got 27, 28, and 29. So I like that. The Tower is ask the right question. It wasn't the what, it was the how. They should be asking how. Neptune, there's some freedom. There's a lot of freedom tonight for Neptune. And then Pluto has this, yeah, they were only giving to you collective to control you. That's what the formula ended up being from this storyteller, okay? So, looks like they're voting right now. Somebody's voting. Yeah. They were only giving to you to control you. Yeah. Very calculated. See, it wasn't haphazard. It was very calculated. That's what, you know, the new millennium will have, will be free of that, okay? And it doesn't matter your color, it doesn't matter your creed, your religion, doesn't matter any of that, what little roof you're under, because you shouldn't have to be a part of that. This is setting a preliminary stage for the Most High's heaven, see, on earth, which is pretty cool to be a part of. So yeah, you joined a higher call from the ancestors asking you to break this. A lot of you had curses, and you don't want to walk in misfortune the rest of your days, you know. So like you're like, okay, I'm out, and you stood apart. You stood apart. Okay, so 7777. Yeah, lots of alchemy. Yeah, I kept hearing the ops saying, "What have you done?" Like I kept hearing that, and I thought, well, are they asking the collective that? But they're like arguing, "What have you done?" amongst themselves. So somebody's really upset. But that's really not the question. According to Uranus, it should be how. How was this done? How? Airplane. Yeah. It's really the how. So let's find out. There's a Sam. Sam I am. That is a big aircraft. That is no helicopter. That's a big aircraft if you can hear it. Okay. Yeah, lots of sevens. I already showed you that. Okay, so ancestors, tell me about this star card. We got the star and the sun for tonight. You are probably the star collective. You didn't know your blood type, but you knew your heart. You knew your heart. Yeah, David Soder. David Soder, a Supreme Court judge who retired in 2009, had this for his birthday, the 17th. And his number one, he was most sensitive to First Amendment rights, First Amendment. I may not know what blood I have, but I have a voice and I'd like to use it. Yeah, that saved your life, collective. Yeah. And I love it. And then the should've and could'ves. Okay, so who's doing this? What have you done? What have you done in relation to what they were to acquire? They were to acquire something. Yeah, some of the readings are kind of blowing my mind because this was like a whole clan community block party of people involved. And you're thinking, wow, I didn't know that many people could come together and hate. Well, yeah, if it's going to pay their mortgage, I'm sure they would, you know. So I guess that's what happened. I had no idea. But it was all about what they could acquire. Yahweh, tell us what... Oh, thank you. Wow. So there was a choice. There was a choice that a magician and an empress. There was a choice that this magician, look at all that yellow. Wow. They were very confident about this. Showed a lot of strength. Look at all that. Some kind of choice. Worked with an alchemist. That's why I'm thinking Mars down here, 7 degrees Cancer, has the Empress card tonight. I think it was a very oppressing person. Yeah. To the point where it disabled the skills of the magician. Yeah. But they showed a lot of strength. And now they're under judgment. Wow. So they had this choice to make. Okay. So, collective, if the United States had made a deal with like China to relocate the 144,000, like I'm thinking, well, it's got to be China, right? Because they have Temu and TikTok. I mean, it'd be a good deal with China, right? To relocate all 144,000 so that you would stop being attacked. By this time, you'd be fluent in Chinese. Yeah, by this time. Yeah. I don't think they'd come to collect you, collective, if that had gone down that way. Just something to think about. But yeah, because at times it was oppressive. Whoever these leaders, whatever, they were oppressive. Yeah, Pluto wants to talk about that tonight, because Gollum is from like The Hobbit, you know, that little creature that was like, my precious, in the little cave with the ring. Yeah, it was kind of this sick like ownership and obsession over you, which didn't give you a lot of room to breathe, right? Or be yourself, or yeah. we better find out about this info. Tell us about this. They're under judgment for what? El Shaddai, all sufficient. Okay, they're under judgment with a King of Pentacles. Okay. So again, you've betrayed yourself, Empress, Magician, King of Pentacles, because you had to align all together. You had to stand together. We look better together. We can fight this. We're stronger together. But you're judged individually, and they're getting a taste of that. They're getting a taste of that tonight. Like, oh, now I can't remove myself from this group. Yeah, this decision or choice they had was regarding a star. And the love or energy is what I'm getting. They wanted this person's energy. Okay? And it cost them this tower. It's like being envious. It's like Gollum in the little cave. Like this, you were the ring. You were the ring. See? And the person that wears the ring has the power. They wanted that from that Ace of Cups. Crazy. You're thinking, how could one individual have that? I don't know, but I'm telling you, this Pisces super moon, you're starting to pick up if you have any alien in you at whatsoever, because you're feeling all of it and none of it at the same time. That's how cool the aliens are. Yeah. You will love it. And you'll behave. Are the ops behaving? Are they going to try and get more of this power, siphon more of this power? Yeah. They're behaving right now. They're behaving because they wouldn't stay in their lane. Mercury has that tonight. Success seekers. Well, we know you're seeking success, but why do you have to weave all over the road? Dude. And you're getting in accidents with the same collective car each time. Do you just follow each other around? And like it would be someone you wouldn't even know. and you know, you'd be in the right lane. You didn't do anything wrong. And that person was getting in your lane. So yeah, this was destiny wanted this way to show how they left you out. Yeah, they had a choice, Lover's card again, to leave this collective star alone. Now it's in the sun for the 17th of September, and destiny, the wheel, wants to say, look, this was calculated. This was very calculated. It didn't matter what this person did. It was very controlling and calculated, stifling, to the point where, well, I can't live and I can't die. I'm kind of in between. Can I breathe? You weren't really sure, but that's how difficult they made it. It was destiny. They knew they were going to do that to you. And the ancestors were the only thing that you could count on to get you out of it. And maybe that was the curse. Maybe there were other members in your family that the first thing when they woke up, they already knew, well, somebody's planned my day for me, so I'll just go along. You know, they didn't have a sense of individual choice, individual freedom, because somebody was controlling their every move. And you know what that's like if you've been in an abusive relationship too. It's frightening. It's frightening. I would say this is a horrible experience for anyone to be in. But they're behaving tonight because they have met a tower. Okay. Tell me about this, why they won't stay in their lane, Mercury. 7 card for Chariot. Yeah, what was this price they paid for weaving all over the road? Tell me about this. Why were they weaving all over the road? They have a story about it. They have a story. They were after your gift. Yeah, exactly. It was their minions. So you got Page of Coins, Page of Wands, Cups, Page of Cups, and Page of Pentacles. The gang stalkers were minions, and it was to acquire some kind of nugget to bring back to the Golem's cave. Yeah, because it had your energy on it. They swiped your car. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Just to make your life miserable. Ooh, a little bug right in the middle. He's spying. Little bug right on my... Yeah. Tell me what else about this. Couldn't stay in their lane. Chariot. Success seekers. Over competitive. Unforgiving. Family secrets. The Sabian symbol. There might be a family secret. Yeah. The plan was circled around a Queen of Wands. Did this Queen of Wands know the family secret as to why this was happening? Story of why this was happening. Some kind of family secret. I think they probably erased you so that you wouldn't reveal a secret. Or yeah, something like that. You can't live or die at this point, so just be invisible. You were to be invisible, a vapor. This was very corrupt, this secret. And because it's Ace of Cups, I would think it's regarding a marriage, a patronage of some kind in the family, some kind of love affair in the family that was treacherous. Yeah, not very, look at that, King of Swords upside down. Yeah, that's the Tower, is this collapsed on them. This collapsed on them. Like I say, I don't know how much of this will, and their minds are wandering right now. The what if, should have, could have's. Maybe if this was known up front, confirmation with the train, if this was known up front, would these people, this King of Pentacles, Magician, Empress, would they have acted the same? Yeah, I don't know. We just know that involved a lot of money. And they felt, this King of Swords person felt like this is easy to cover up. Some secret marriage, some alliance, some loving alliance. Now you have to remember, the ancestors knew about this, see? They knew. And they were watching these people to see how they were going to handle it. Yeah. They knew that the curse was going to be broken. And a lot of times when a curse is broken, it becomes public, okay? But when and how that happens, it was very important to the ancestors because of your reputation, okay? And the reputation of your bloodline. Very, very important. Yeah. Wow. All right. Okay, Mercury, I love you, man. Lucky 7. We got 777 right on the table tonight. So as heavy as this Pisces supermoon is, there's something set in 7 tonight. Yeah. And you just got to keep that higher vibration of alchemy while this is going on, because yeah, because you stayed on. You held on for the ride. You held on for dear life. I don't care what happens. Yeah, because you stood apart, you stood your ground. You did care what happened. It's just a long road. It's a really long road. All right, guys. So something happens when they go to expand on this. See, they kept pushing the envelope. We're not quite done. We're going to try more magic. We're going to try more calculations of chastisement, abandonment, fear. Oh, okay. And they kept pushing. So Jupiter gets to the point where I just got stung by a scorpion, dude. Jupiter, he's like, hold on, because I just got stung. Okay. And I think there's more out here. If you're looking to expand on this big plan of yours, just watch where you're walking. Because I didn't know there were scorpions out here, is what Jupiter's trying to tell us. Yeah. This card for 20 degrees Gemini was supposed to be, it wasn't supposed to get that far. It wasn't supposed to get as far as you get permanently maimed by a scorpion. You know, those stings can cause scars. It can poison you. It can kill you. Let's get real, right? A scorpion sting is nothing to mess with. So the whole point of 20 degrees Gemini was, can we meet some common ground before anyone gets hurt? Yeah. They didn't want to do that. Common ground. Yeah, because the person born on this day was an advisor to LBJ, Lyndon Johnson, his advisor. Yeah, he had lost Kennedy's advisor. What was his name? Schlesinger? I can't even say that name. But anyway, so Goldman shows up. And so all LBJ wanted was the same that Kennedy had gotten. You know, make me into an FDR. That's all this person was this like intellectual advisor type person. And they make him into these greater people in office. Well, Goldman, he ended up at the end of his term with LBJ writing a book called The Tragedy of LBJ because they couldn't meet common ground. It's like LBJ was like, well, you were supposed to be like this person. And Goldman's like, well, you were supposed to be like this president. You know, they couldn't come to a place where let's raise each other up. You know, lose the ego and the expectation, the qualifiers, and let's see what we can do. Okay? Because that's a tremendous amount of leadership and energy in one space in time. And he ended up writing a memoir, The Tragedy, which, you know, probably isn't accurate at all, you know, but it's because they couldn't meet at this instead they wanted to go out and get stung by a bunch of scorpions. And that's what's happened. And they didn't care because they wanted victory. So for 20 degrees Gemini, oh, you got a victory. You got a tower, a couple of them out here. Yeah. All over this secret love. Some kind of secret love, obsession, marriage. Yeah. What else can you tell us about this secret marriage? Circle. A circle of people, only a few in the circle knew about this secret. Okay. There's a King of Wands that has a lot of compassion for this secret. Okay. This secret meant enough to him that he participated in painful things to you, collective, to you. But there was a component of the secret he didn't have until either today or yesterday or tomorrow. There was one component he didn't have and he didn't expect. So what's that? Yeah. The deal, the closest one to King of Wands, made with the devil. Okay. So your King of Wands, fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, did not realize. They knew of this, of the secret love or affair. Okay. They knew of it, but they didn't realize that the one closest to him in the circle that knew the secret had actually made a deal with the devil without King of Wands. Yeah. How would you like to find that out? The closest one to you has made a deal behind your back. And then, you know, that's not trust. That's not trust, dude. Yeah, and so he's feeling it. He's feeling that Pisces super moon. Like you've got to be kidding, because he gave his entire life to that person who made a deal with the devil without him knowing that one component of the secret, because it was never supposed to come out. It could be that you were stolen, okay, at birth, okay. It could be that you have incestuous DNA, okay. I'm just putting some, for your storyline. It could be that there was just something hidden about you. And so it was easy for them to erase you, because probably most of your life you did feel hidden away, like stuffed away in a closet, like, oh, you again, let's push that back in there, And so this was nothing new for you to be treated like this. But this time you were stood alone. You didn't put the mask on and let's pretend we're not liars, on the holiday. You just said, no, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not going. I'm by myself. This is because I got to learn what this was. I got to learn what this curse was. Yeah. And the reason why it's important that you did this is because your children will not go through this pain. They won't. Okay. If this Empress, that Mars, 7 degrees Cancer, if what is going on here, this oppressor, it didn't matter who he got with, they were under witchcraft constantly, because this person was in charge of Mars's life. Whether it be a divine match or not, there was all these constant attacks that they couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And then pretty soon you're packing up the house and you're declaring bankruptcy, and it's just tower after tower, and you're not sure why. And you have all this self-guilt, like, well, maybe it had nothing to do with you, collective. It had to do with somebody who was in charge. Ivan the Terrible, thank you, Most High. Hang, it's time to hang him up, man. It's the postman in the post office tonight is looking at a poster. I'm telling you, there's this postman that's pondering this poster down here. And I swear it's like one of those most wanted. And all of a sudden he gets like this, wow, I was a part of that. Like he figures it out. Harriet Tubman, yeah. Just go into your underneath tunnel and you'll be okay. The tunnels are there for safety. Harriet knew that. Yeah, I think they abused them. I think these people, this Knights of Zion, whatever they are, abused the tunnels because they kept too many secrets down there. Let's put it that way. Okay, so that's a little bit more on the secret. I'm telling you about the scorpions that they couldn't stop. They kept pushing, and finally they got stung by a bunch of scorpions at another tower. Now, I'm going to come down here because these two are alchemizing the supermoon. Mars, 7 degrees Cancer, and this 24 degrees Libra gets a tower. This is Venus. So tell me about this bridge that collapses for Venus. Tell me about this bridge that collapses for Venus. It's a tremor. So people feel it. People feel it when this bridge collapses. Yeah, I saw this in this one. See how there's like logs that fall off the top there? Like it was a stepping, like it was building some kind of bridge, and that all collapsed, see? So those came down. I mean, this little guy over here looks like a tombstone falling. Well, that plan didn't work. We didn't get her collective's name on the tombstone. All these little plans. Yeah. Okay, so Venus, tell us about this bridge. What did I write over here about Venus? Did I write anything good? Oh, yeah. 24 degrees Libra is Angela Lansbury and Tim Robbins. They have this birthday, 24 degrees Libra. Some kind of essential judgment. Like this is essential. This tower is essential. It's essential. Okay, because there was a theft that you were very burdened, very burdened. 9 of Wands. Some kind of sacrifice had to be made during this theft because it ended up being overwhelming with a 10 of Wands. And now there's this misunderstanding and a key to unlock. 3 of Wands. Lower vibration 3 of Wands. So yeah, there's some kind of key that needs unlocked as to why it's a pretty sturdy bridge. Yeah, pretty sturdy. Yeah, if you think of Angela Lansbury and Tim Robbins, they're very consistent. You haven't really seen a whole lot of them messing things up in their life. They're, you know, they're very pragmatic. They're very good at their craft. But suddenly there's a bridge that collapses. And it's because there's some kind of misunderstanding. There's a misunderstanding. 3 of Wands, lower vibration, is some kind of key to unlock. You've got the 3 of Wands, and usually that's, okay, I'm waiting for my new beginning. But at a lower vibration, it's like, what mystery did I miss? I'm standing here trying to figure it out. I'm standing here with the 3 of Wands trying to figure out, what did I miss? Why did the bridge collapse? And the cards are trying to tell you that it's too much of a burden at this point. Somebody had a change of heart because of it. Yeah. So 10 of Wands is this huge burden. Huge burden. And 8 of Cups is change of heart. Change of heart. I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live like this anymore. Get me back to normal. Get me back to just, normal. Well, in order to do that, you got to sign and date your confession. Just saying. Is that comfortable? No, but it might get the criteria into a better future. Is there repercussion? Absolutely. But they need to do that. Yeah, an estimate. Yeah, they're giving it an estimate tonight. And then these last two are this theft. The pressure there was too much pressure on what they were trying to steal. This is 7 of Swords, so it's a theft or a lie. And there just was too much pressure around this lie or this theft. This family secret. There was too much pressure. And the bridge collapsed. Somebody pushed them to the wall and said, please explain why you erased that person. Please explain this. Just want to know. I mean, it almost makes it look worse, because if you had died, nobody would ask any questions, right? Who cares? But you hung in there. And yet it was very obvious what they were doing to you. You know? Made you stand out more. If they would have left you alone, you probably wouldn't have stood out at all. See what I mean? But there was some stress that made them release this lie. Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Yahweh, Harriet. Harriet's back. This underground lie, this underground truth. They want to go underground at this point. They're overwhelmed. They're blaming others. They're blaming others for the burdens that they created. Yeah, this wasn't your sin. I'm not saying you don't have any, but this particular one that cost these people all this chaos was not your sin. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Mars, he had to learn to, hey, how can I stand around this person who tells me exactly what to do at any given time? It was very hard for him to stand apart from this person. Was this for resources? Is that why he couldn't stand his ground? Was it because of resources? Elohim, Yahweh, God of power, Elohim. El Shaddai, all-sufficient one. Was this for resources that he... Yeah, any oppressor, you know, just like your ancestors. I mean, you stick with it because it's paying the rent, man. Why would you? You don't stir the pot. But what's interesting is Most High has just told me that this person, this Mars, 7 degrees Cancer, was perfectly fine on their own. Perfectly fine until they met this person. Yeah. With or without you, collective, this person did just fine. But now it's become this 9-10 of Wands business. Wow. Okay, so this Empress made him choose. Yeah. Made him choose something that's now made him blind and paralyzed. Whatever choice she... It's like he couldn't move. He couldn't move from the oppressor. He was in too deep. The deal with the devil was made. He was over the barrel. He couldn't move. What's he want to do now? What's he want to do now? Yahweh. Lion of Judah. Root and offspring of David. Morning star. There's some kind of opportunity. Okay, he thought there was going to be a benefit if he stuck it out. But now the cycle's closed and he's still left with... Yeah, so he stuck with it. He stuck with it because he knew 8 of Pentacles, all the work that he'd put into with this person. He was pretty sure. And now it's time for those dreams to come true. And now he's stuck with this dilemma, this Gemini card, this tornado of a dilemma. That's what he's left with. He was supposed to get this, Ace of Cups or 10 of Pentacles. And now he's just, this is what he's got. This is what he ended up with. He ended up with exactly where he started. He ended up exactly where he started. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And unless you learn to stand, that was the Sabian symbol. First, you learn to stand. Separate yourself. Because that's when you get fortified from the bloodline. Okay, I see what you're doing. We like it. Now throw everything away. Everything. And we'll go as fast as we can. And we'll make changes for you. Clean up your act a little bit, okay? Yeah. The size. The size of this choice. Wow. And the cost. The size and cost of that choice. Yeah. Okay. All right. Does Mars know the secret, the family secret? Does Mars know this secret up here, this Pandora top secret file of information? These two want to come out. It's holding a lot of them in the circle back. It's holding them back from this new beginning, this secret. But I would say because this is Wands, this was a very feverish secret involving, partnership. They kept back the father. They kept back your father. They kept back your father, collective. You don't know who your father is. Probably not. And everyone that watches your readings, and when you say that stuff, they're like, oh, how horrible. What an atrocious human being to say that. We watched them give that person a beautiful life. Yeah. They didn't see what it was like. when you're on your own, right? Yeah. They kept back your father. Kept you away from your father. Wow. So Mars has an inkling for that. Mars does have intuition. He had ascended. But he ascended with this group of people that's under judgment. And it's so, I mean, my God, there's 3 towers out here. All over some secret. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. It's a sizable secret. For 27 degrees is the ability to alchemize or respond. It's the cradle board. See, here's the little baby. You're only going to respond with the information that's been given to you. That's all you can do, right? So I was asking Most High, I'm like, so if they lived in a lie, then yeah. They were probably lower vibrational until they ascended. Because you were living a lie, right? Every step was oppressed. Yeah, you were living a lie, collective. But it's not the what. The question is the how. How does this happen? Okay? And the reason why this is important, because 27 degrees Taurus happens to be a genetic scientist from Britain. And like 1822 to 1911, very early 1900s, Francis Galton. And he started to study genetics. But the man didn't contribute a whole lot to genetics, okay? What this man did, this Francis Galton, he got a map and he started traveling to all these indigenous areas and making notes like an anthropologist would. And that truly taught him more about genetics than the research he was doing back in Britain. So, do you see how you don't know your blood? You may not know your blood, okay? But you know your heart. And this dude born on this 27 degrees Taurus actually contributed more to society by following his heart, by going out and taking notes of all these tribes, the markers unique to those tribes, than, studying genetics. Yeah. Because maybe on the outside, you don't look like part of your bloodline. Maybe from the outside, people wouldn't assume that, oh yeah, they're part of that. Oh, they're a Fitzgerald, or oh, they're a Rockefeller, or oh, they're a Williams. They can't say that about you. See? Because this was secret. This union was secret. So you may not even know your mother. Now, Uranus is all about clan. It's all about family. So he wants you to think about that tonight. You were only given the ability to respond. You're the baby on the cradle board, okay? But what does collective have to release to be healed from this, living this lie? What's this that they release? Listen to your heart. Yeah, you listen to your heart. You're like, I don't care. I don't care if I look mean, vicious. Because in your heart, that is truth for you, because you walked it out. You saw it. I mean, I don't know, maybe you can think back to how many times you were, there were a lot of meetings you might have been left in the car to wait. Like, let's say you're 7 years old. They'd give you color books and make you wait in the car while these meetings were going on. What kind of meetings are these that a 7-year-old can't go into? Legal ones. Owen, that might have been an attorney's name that helped these meetings. So a lot of people knew about it. You show a lot of strength to stand for something you're not sure about. That takes a lot of strength. Like, I know I don't have anything concrete, but regardless, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna pray to the ancestors. I'm gonna pray to the Most High. I'm gonna stand on this. The strength of an alchemist. The strength of an alchemist. I mean, it is hard to be on your own, but you've learned to weed your garden. Okay, it wasn't in vain. You learned to get the weeds out of your garden. You learned to just believe in who you are and all the resources that you had never tapped into, but obviously were in your heart. They were in your heart the whole time. Except when you don't have love, guess what? You can't tap into that. But suddenly you met the passed over ones and they were giving you love. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, cool. Yeah, it sprung you forward so fast when you opened your heart. And what I mean by resources is all the alchemist tools, you know, the air, wind, water, fire, earth. You know, you got in touch with the natural alchemy, the natural tribe. Yeah. You weren't a scientist. You didn't have the little printout of the markers on your DNA. Okay, you didn't have that. Nor could you afford to go get a genetic marker done. Okay, maybe you could do that, Ancestry.com or those little kits you can buy at Walgreens. Yeah, you can test your DNA. But other than that, you had to use your intuition. You spoke native to the ancestors and said, okay, let's start from scratch. Where do you want me to go? It's kind of cool. They did a decent job. They did it. Yeah, no, this family did a decent job. Okay. Were you given all the things you needed? Absolutely. All the things required? Absolutely. Was it sufficient? It depends on how you define sufficient for family. You know? You didn't go hungry. You didn't go cold. You had a bed to sleep in. But at the same time, you felt completely like, go back to your tunnel, go back to your cave, Gollum. Whatever they wanted to, you know, you never felt like you were part of this group. So now, and then you guarded your heart. You never opened up your heart, collective, until now, where you stood with all the other collective people. You know, if they can do it, I can do it. Because I know that there's a secret. I know there is. And yeah, you're gonna know. You're gonna find it out. Okay, so Neptune says Nelson Mandela was freed by a man with the birthday of 28 degrees Pisces. Okay, that was F.W. de Klerk. He was the South African president who freed Mandela. So this South African president had the birthday 28 degrees Pisces, was free. And this was a big political deal, okay, to free Mandela. It was in the sun. But Neptune wanted me to tell you that because he feels like, or she, Neptune. Do you want me to call you she or he? No qualifier. Yeah, just like the aliens, just like no creed, no color, no religion, no sex. That's not going to matter in the new millennium. It's not. It's not. It's a qualifier that we've used and abused people by. Oh, well, you're a she, so you definitely don't amount to much. Oh, really? Thanks. You know what I mean? It's like that. Those are going to lose them. Lose them. Lose the qualifiers. Okay, Neptune. So Mandela gets set free, and you're going to have a lot of allies and support when you're set free. This is a medicine bundle, a protection kit. You're always going to be able to keep your heart open after this experience. You won't have to guard it so closely. I mean, you always guard your heart, you know, from adversaries and things, but what they want is for you to find a safe place to open up that heart and do all those creative things that incredibly help other people, okay? Your gifts, the things in your heart that came from the ancestors, are there for a reason, you know? Because everyone just thinks it's money that helps people. Well, you know that's not true, because if they have a drinking problem or a smoking problem, they're probably just going to go buy cigarettes or beer, right? But if there's something in your heart that turns a key that you provide, collective, suddenly he's been given a resource, or she has been given a resource that changes how he thinks and uses those vices. Yeah, we all use vices to protect ourselves. I was telling my son that. I go, I only smoked because it was like I knew I was going to get attacked that day, so I was ready for it. Come and attack me. I dare you. and yeah. When you think about it, half the time you're not being attacked, but you're so in that post-traumatic stage of, oh, it's got to be coming somewhere somehow. And then it becomes a psychological brain addiction or a body one, and you got to break those too. This wasn't just an emotional one. It's like you have to break all three when you're breaking an addiction. It's like it's psychological, it's physical, it's emotional, it's all of those. So Pluto, help me out here, because you have frustrated, collective, your fiercest opponent. Your fiercest opponent is frustrated by you. They are sending attacks right now via 555 on the clock. Via your phone. They're sending like Western Unions to go pick up all this random crap that there's no Western Union in any neck of the woods that wants to give me money. I'm believe me, okay? But that's what they want you to do, is run right out and either leave your house so they can sneak in some hex or curse, or go run out and collect on money that's false. Well, we just need your social security number. Well, why? You already have it. That's what I would say. But no, disregard those, because they're still doing it tonight. Because they're the storyteller. 29 degrees Capricorn. Storyteller. Curl up, children. I'm going to tell you a story. Yeah, this person that did this to you did this to everyone around them. Do you see all the little dolls? The little voodoo doll is holding many, many other dolls. This wasn't just you. This is the only way they knew how to control people, because they thought love was control. Crazy. And they only gave to you so they could control you. Yeah. All these random texts and stuff they're sending your phone is so that you take a bait and they get the satisfaction, like, see, I still control them. They took the bait. Well, they probably wanted to stop their phone from going ding, 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 ding till 4 a.m. That's probably why they finally, for God's sakes, what does this person want? I must have ignored 10 the other day before I was like, screw it, and I just went over there. But for them, that's like, I got them. I still control them, because it takes you to that point of aggravation, like, oh, now we can harvest that. This is... Talk about psychological. Okay, so Pluto, tell me shoes. Something about somebody's shoes. They want to be in your shoes, collective. They want to be in your shoes, especially a King of Pentacles who disregarded you as junk. Thanks. Yeah, some King of Pentacles did not think you were hot to trot at all. Thought you were nothing to write home about. Tell me, Pluto, why wasn't collective up to par? They saw you in this Aries foolish energy, just waiting around for your ships to come in. Tell me about waiting around for your ships to come in. Well, it is harvest moon. You're gonna make your life regardless if you don't see a ship on the horizon, collective, because you think of all the things you've tapped into that you can use now, for crying out loud. Even if you don't have the resources to leave this field of scorpion bites with the bulls, you have new resources to use. Speaking of bulls, there's the King of Wands. Tell me about this King of Wands. Did he get stung by a scorpion? Being in Pluto tonight, Pluto is the scorpion. King of Wands wants to bring you some kind of balance, the Chariot card. An Anthony, maybe? A Tony? Okay. This person investigated you, okay? This Queen of Cups. For a Queen of Cups, let's find out. Did you investigate collective for a Queen of Cups, or did you think collective was a Queen of Cups? This person, this King of Wands over here. Okay. Yeah. This is an op. Of course it's an op. It's sitting in Pluto. I want my ops to sit in Pluto so they can be transformed. So, yeah, this King of Wands collaborated, Three of Pentacles, with a magician. And they hired an investigator to watch you. Wow. Every step you take. Yeah, crazy, huh? It's just creepy, dude. It's creepy. You can't always get what you want. Yeah. You can't always get what you want. But if you try real hard, you might find what you need. You know, the time they could have used and they could have found something that they needed. Instead, they insisted that they were going to get what they wanted. Wow. At what cost? Now you got DUIs because they wouldn't stay in your lane. You couldn't stay in your lane. You got DUIs all over the place. And it makes them blue when they think about it. Yeah. It was over the top. Okay, so Pluto, why are you telling us this? This couple, this magician and this King of Wands, hired investigator, keeping an eye on you, collective. They want to see how you use those gifts so they can sabotage it. Dude, you're breaking it every day, especially after this eclipse, okay? This supermoon, okay? Their magic isn't going to work. And you can do what I do. I forewarn people, okay? That's the only way I kept my job, this last one, before they closed the whole restaurant, was to say, look, there's people that are going to come in here and they're going to call corporate on me. And they're like, what? And then, you know, I did a couple things to help them clue into, because I'm attached to something and they want me homeless with no income. So after a couple sentences, they were starting to get it, but they just thought that was crazy. Like, why are you saying that? Because it don't matter. It'll be the till is short. You accidentally dropped a lady's food in her lap. Something. It wouldn't matter what the complaint was. They'll call corporate and complain about and to get me axed. That's what they're going to try and do. So you need to tell the people that where you want to go or environment that you're in right away. Like, hi, you know, I just want to be honest with you up front that there might be a situation where people complain or report me, and it's because of what I was involved in, you know, and you're just being honest, forthright. And then that gives you, like, is this person going to pick up on this or not? Because if they're not, then you don't want to waste your time. You truly don't. There's some kind of, they really want to juggle you. They're keeping this truth about this theft. Yeah, check it out. So they're really sorry they can't keep juggling you. That was way too much fun for them. To make your phone go ding, 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 until finally you're like, what do you want? Because you were the bride. Yeah, they feel like they're left at the altar now. Yeah. Abandoned at the altar. Yeah, that movie, Mrs. Robinson. There's a scene in that movie where she leaves the church to be with another person. She leaves the church to be with this other person. I'm off. And it's a really cool old movies. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so they're holding back some kind of truth about this theft while things rest. Super moon, let's rest. That's all you can do during a super moon, is just kind of alchemize it, hang out. Because yeah, these people just want to hold back this truth about this, what they stole from you. Okay, so tell me, I'll let you go. Let's see what's this. The Destiny has death. Okay, there's some kind of death, but not of your gifts. This is Ace of Cups, not of your gifts. There is a death up here in 6 degrees Aries for the North Node. And what I noticed here was this person wondering how to get to this person. So there might be the collective that feel like, I just want to get to this healing, beautiful twilight place. Although she looks kind of somber. You know, I just want to get to this place with the train. But I'm not sure how should I attempt to get there? Yeah, there's like this, bag of bones. You got romancing the bones right there in your fishing pole. Yeah, because this romance is over, okay? You're not going to dance with these devils anymore. Sorry. So you picked up the bones that you could pick up, and, there were a few key things you took with you. And you want to find this person in this Chiron, this healing energy. I wonder if. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. So your ancestors want to get you here to this twilight, this place of twilight. They want to get this Aries energy to this place of twilight to bring an ending of this secret for you. You see how that person's holding that flower? This is like, they don't want to give it up. But the ancestors are trying to get you to this place where you can release and let go. Because they know it'll empower you. It'll empower you to do that. It is really sad. It is sad, okay? Tell me about this sexual. It's the sexual secret. Don't judge, just trust. Just trust. Don't judge, just trust. Okay. Yeah, because to get you to that place of twilight, to accept this ending, stop dancing with the devil. Yeah, this is going to be some kind of truth about your past. Oh, wait. That's celebration. This is celebration. Some kind of truth about a celebration. Tell me, what were these? What were these? What kind of truth is? Okay. So when you're able to let this go, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're going to get to this. They want you to know they're not making this up. This is truth, okay? Kind of looks like Beavis or Butthead, but I don't know. Brings helpful advice. It's going to bring a celebration to let it go. And stability, four of coins. Because oh, wow. Okay. All right. So this just looks like a lot of drama. What in the world? Okay, so avoid. This is something to avoid. If you don't get to this twilight place where you can put an ending to this, then this is what's going to happen. Is you're going to get a lot of gossip about it. In other words, the ancestors want you to figure this family secret out so that you can tie it up in a nice little bow in your head and be firm on it and let it go. It is what it is. Because it's going to enable you to move on. Because there's going to be a lot of gossip about, people are speculating, what's the secret, okay? And they don't want it to affect your stability. Four of Wands is what they held back from you. 4 of Coins. Okay, so, I'm sorry. Trust. Be aware, people are talking, spying, gossiping about the secret, okay? Be aware of that. Five of Swords, it's an exit strategy you didn't think about when you learn of this. There's an exit strategy. 5 of Swords. Because it's being exposed. There's some kind of defeat that's going to require an exit strategy. Because it admits this failure. This failure to communicate is what that is. And Knight of Swords, they want to do it fast for you. Yeah. Yeah, this exposure of this past failure, they want to bring it to you fast because they know people are talking about it, okay? They're speculating, and they don't want it to affect your stability. But they know that this secret, it's being held from you. It's being held back from you. Was there anything else you want to tell collective? They're choking over this. They wanted to take this to the grave, okay? And the people that wanted to take it to the grave was a King of Cups. King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And there's an Empress. This is the oppressive one. Okay? Look what she did to Mars. They don't want that to happen to you, collective, okay? They don't want that to happen to you. Well, I didn't know the secret, and now I still don't know the secret. What a great new beginning, thank you. They don't want you like that, okay? They want you to know that you know that you know that this is going to come to you. That people are already, it's not fair to keep this from you, legally speaking. For medical purposes alone. Yeah, it's an abuse to a child. It's neglect of a child. You need the insight to become a healed, loving, giving, yeah, you're gonna have to just stay close to the collective. Keep your, ear to the ground. Because it's been spoken, is what they're saying. This secret has been spoken. And you'll know which one is true when you hear, oh, is that the word on the streets? If no one's going to come toward you. But it looks like somebody wants to come toward you. While they're trying to figure out their exit strategy, there is this Knight of Swords. It's almost like they can't leave until they tell you this gossip or this advice, helpful advice. I love you, collective. Happy supermoon.